Good evening, and we would like to welcome everyone to the January 17th regular meeting of the North Augusta Planning Commission. At this time, we'll have commissioners do roll call, at which time is immediately following. I will ask our two newest commissioners to briefly introduce themselves, and then we'll proceed with the agenda as printed. Okay, all right, so.
Aaron Slade.
Red Harbison.
Bob Bigger.
Lisa Christie.
All right, thank you, and I don't know if you want to start.
I'm Lisa Christie. I'm a local realtor and small business owner. Got 2 kids, husband. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Aaron Slade, a mortgage lender. Originally from up north, but have called North Augusta my home for, 10, 15 years now, and I love it, so glad to serve and look forward to it.
So want to welcome you both and look forward to serving with you. And also want to take this time to recognize former Commissioners Lynn Carter and Tim Key, because I was not here at the last meeting. So thank them for their decades plus service to the city of North Augusta as well. All right. So if we could please have the approval of the minutes from the December 20th, 2023 meeting. So if are there any changes or any edits? There being none, do I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
I have a second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Paradise. Are there any changes to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so the only, well, not the only, but first application is SP 23-002 Oak Haven Apartments, Major Site Plan A, a request by Oak Haven Apartments LLC for approval of a 306-unit apartment complex on 15.8 acres at 980 Edgefield Road, TPN 011-06-01-001. All right, Mr. Paradise, is there anything you'd like to tell us about this application?
Well, it is a 15.8 acre parcel on Edgefield Road. It's next, it's right behind what you would know as the QT, or beside the QT, with the access road running in there. It'll be 2 and 1 bedroom apartments, 306 units by ATC Development. We received this the other day. It's a boundary survey, a preliminary survey. It has not been recorded yet of how they want to divide it into the 2 parcels. The track A would be developed as the apartments, and the track B would be for future use. I would think probably commercial. But we haven't received any plans or anything on that. This gives you kind of an outlay of what they're looking at doing and the connections. You'll see there's a connection on what I'll call frontage road, and then there's also a connection on the roadway that comes out to the light at QT. So you've got 2 ways in and out. There is a traffic study that was conducted in accordance with the code for this project, and there is some questions outstanding about the detention. Other than that, everything is pretty much in line. That just gives you another overview where the detention pond is to be located, and that is pretty much my staff report. There are 3 recommendations that staff would recommend, including the certification of the road names and the traffic improvements be installed when they're recommended by DOT, or probably when that commercial comes back around, and any outstanding comments be addressed to the satisfaction of staff. That would be things that we've reached out to developers that need to be corrected for the staff to sign off on, and, you know, would want that latitude for, get those corrections in.
Is there a representative from the applicants present?
I don't know. The applicant, you know, wanted to get on this meeting, so I'm sure that they were aware that they were on this meeting. It is certainly up to y'all whether you want the applicant here or not. If you do have questions, you could certainly continue it till next month, or, you know, or go ahead and vote it up or down.
All right. This is a first for me, even. I guess the thoughts. Would you all prefer to hear from the applicant? Or have any questions that are outstanding for the applicant?
I would just think in good faith, we'd like to have them here to see who they are and hear their story and what their plans are for this, this project, to be able to answer more questions about price points and you know, expectations for the property. Would be my thoughts and 2 cents worth.
All right, so we have some head nods, which will, as well. So then I need
the
a.
same thought, was just price point and a couple of small questions, so.
Okay. So then certainly if we could take a, I guess, a motion to continue it till next month? Is that the appropriate? So if I could have a motion for the continuance?
I would like to make a motion that on SP 23-002 that we have a continuance of the decision process until the applicant is here to present more information and answer questions.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Paradise, the staff report.
Well, we are, we have finished up the development code, and y'all have copies of that at the dais. I know that y'all will get many hours of sleep reading that as you go to bed. We are in the process, as you know, with the impact fees that is coming through the Planning Commission and then the City Council. Staff has met with the consultant, and he has reached back out to us, gathering data into what is going to, the information he's going to need to develop that plan for us. So we're in the process of gathering that information together, and we will be submitting that back to him in the next couple of weeks. We continue to see developments on the horizon. We're staying busy, and there's just a lot going on in the planning department. Any questions for me?
Update on the traffic, George Avenue traffic calming?
George Avenue traffic calming is up in the air. The report's pretty much complete. It should go to council either at a study session or at their off-site retreat. I haven't gotten the word from the administrator how that's going to be just yet. But I was talking, in fact, I've got an email back from the consultant in my inbox this afternoon talking about it.
Any other questions? All right, and as always, we thank you all for all of the work that you and your office do on behalf of us for the city of North Augusta. So thank you again, Ms. Paradise. And with all of that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Before I make that motion, Dr. Crawford, as chair, last month's meeting, we changed the calendar, approved the change in calendar. After we did that, some discussion after the meeting about potentially changing our meeting time from 7 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I don't know if that's acceptable to everybody else, but would like to have a brief discussion to see if that's easier, because, you know, waiting around till 7 o'clock for a meeting, you know, if we don't have a planning, you know, a pre-planning session, you know, in my opinion, if we could move it up till 6 o'clock, if that met everybody's schedule and didn't cause any conflict, but that may be something we can discuss next month when the other commissioners are here, or if you've got a conflict with it.
If that is something that the
No,
chairman
no, go ahead.
wants to put on the agenda, we can do that.
Yeah, we can put on the agenda. I just don't know, and you can correct me, since it was voted on for this coming year, the policy on when we can change it.
And I'll have to check, I'll ask the city attorney.
Okay, because I think
Between
that's
now and
gonna require some homework, so just to make sure that we can. And I think, one other point, and Mr. Paradise can certainly give feedback and think about, is how much we think we'll need study sessions. I think, this year, past year was not as much, but just some thought around that, because then the problem becomes, whether or not, if we need a study session, then it has to start at 5. So, which is not required, but I think, so it's just making sure that, given what things we think we have coming before us for the next year, that we also look at that, so I'm not.
Could we do study sessions at 7 o'clock if we had study sessions, if it wasn't relevant to, you know, the 6 o'clock meeting or whatever, and, you know, then we end up at the same kind of time schedule, whatever. I know, this has worked, it's not terrible, but, you know, I'd like to be home at, you know, 8 o'clock on long nights instead of 9 o'clock on long nights or whatever.
Certainly, we can certainly
But yeah,
talk about
let's,
it.
if we can, look into
And consult with the attorney to
the,
see.
the legalese of changing it and discuss it amongst everybody's schedules. Just want to propose that.
All right. Anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right. All right, it has been so moved, and we will adjourn this evening's meeting. Thank you all. Look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you. Somebody concerned, other than the North Augusta Star. Yeah.
It's feeling a little bit like a month.
Today. That's why I told her, I'm like, I love it. I didn't even wear a jacket this morning.